Okay, so remember when you have the equation of a line, you need an ordered pair, and then you're going to calculate the slope if it's not given. So first thing when we're kind of talking about lines is you want to have an ordered pair, and then you want to have the slope. So anyone remember how to find the slope of an equation? Or, I'm sorry, of two ordered pairs? Okay, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or the change in y over the change in x is awesome. If you had a graph, right, you could count up and then over, right? So that would be rise over 1. Okay, so then once you have those two things, you're going to substitute the slope and the ordered pair into this equation. So y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So this one is point slope form. Okay, what you're going to do is going to plug in m is always your what? Slope. So your slope is going to go here. And then your y1 and your x1 come from the ordered pair. Okay, so this is going to be your x value in your ordered pair. And then the y1 is your y value in your ordered pair. And then x and y just say x and y, right? So sometimes students flip-flop them, but it's always going to be y minus a number equals your slope, and then x minus a number. Okay, and minus is going to be the default. So if you were subtracting a negative, then we would turn that into a plus sign. Okay? Does this look familiar? You guys remember seeing this form? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if I had a slope of 7/5 and I had the point -2, 9, this is going to be my m, right? My slope is my m. The -2 will be my x1, and the 9 will be my y1. So if I write that in point slope form, I'm going to say y minus 9 equals 7/5 in parentheses x plus 2 because it was minus and -2. Awesome. And then if it doesn't say what type of line, because a lot of you, how many of you are already trying to convert that? Like distribute. Some of you I know already are. But you can just leave it if it doesn't ask you to convert it at all. Okay, so then 2, what do we have to do first? Find the slope. So I'm going to go x1, y1, if you like to do this, x2, y2. If not, you don't have to. So I'll go 5 minus 7 over -4 minus 12. It'll be a -2 over -16. So that'll give me a positive 1/8 for my slope. Okay, so then I've got 2 points and the slope. Does it matter which one I use? No. Okay, so I usually just use the first one, but really it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go y minus 7 equals 1/8 in parentheses x minus 12. Awesome. Again, you could have used the -4 and the 5, and that's not a big deal at all. That's actually very nice. Okay. How about number 3? An x-intercept of 10, and then the same slope as y equals 2/3 x plus 5. I'm supposed to have a point and a slope. What's my point?
X-intercept would be 0, 10, because that will be on x1.
Okay. So you said 0, 10?
Yeah.
That's 0, 10.
Oh god, it would be 10, 0.
10, 0, yep. Okay, so 10, 0 is the order pair for the x-intercept. I just want to show that because that happens all the time. We always flip-flop those. So 10, 0, right, is over here. So if it's the x-intercept, then it's on the x-axis, so it's the number in the x place. Okay? All right, so I got 10, 0, and then what am I going to use for my slope? Which part of this is the slope? The 2/3, awesome. So then if I put that together, I've got y minus 0. Do you want to write y minus 0?
No.
You can if you want. I have no problem if you do. Otherwise, you can just say y equals 2/3 in parentheses x minus 10. And again, I have absolutely no problem if you want to write y minus 0, okay, to follow your continuity here. Okay, why don't you try 4 and 5? So find your slope. You're on the right track if you got a slope of 2. A slope of 2. And then also try number 5. So see if you can convert that into slope-intercept form. So go ahead and distribute there. Move something. See what you can remember about going into slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I don't see 1/2 you guys. Nice job. I thought for sure someone's going to give me an upside down slope. Did anyone use the other order pair? Do you want me to show you the answer from the other one? Okay. How about y equals 2x plus 9 for my slope-intercept form answer? Just convert and then move that value over? We good? Questions? I know we're going fast, but I feel like we should be okay here so far. But I also had a lot of coffee. So, okay. So then we're also going to look at slope-intercept form then, which we also kind of started, which should hopefully also be excellent. In slope-intercept form, I've got y equals 5x minus 4. Which part of this is my slope? 5. And the y-intercept is the negative 4. Don't forget the negative. Okay, if you need to write plus a negative so that you don't lose that, then please do. When I go to graph, where am I going to start?
At the negative 4.
At the negative 4 on the y-axis, which means I'm going down 4. That is your y-axis, yes? And then a slope of 5 is really 5 over 1, if that helps. And I have to rise over run. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, right 1. If I were to like run out of space, where could I also go from the negative 4? Down and left. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 1. And this is going to be a very steep line. I actually think I did a pretty nice job. Freehand. Okay, that we've done a lot. Okay, how about go number 2? Oopsies, I missed one. Number 2. How many of you are thinking about converting that into slope-intercept form? Okay, totally acceptable, but you could get a weird y-intercept, right? So could you instead give me a point that's on this line that is not the y-intercept? Go ahead.
You can do negative 5, 1.
You're so close.
Negative 1.
5, negative 1.
How about 5 and then a negative 1? Great, yes. So going backwards from what we just did with point slope form, I can then use the point, the 5 and the negative 1. And then what's my slope? Negative 1/5, right? So I can then go the other direction. So I'm going to start at 5, negative 1, which is here. And then a slope of negative 1/5 means I'm going to go down 1, and then which direction? Left. Left? Down and left is a double negative, right?
Down and right.
Down and right. So down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could go up and to the left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. When you guys plot your points, I think it should be very simple for you to take a moment and go, if I went down and left, this line was going to go up. But I have a negative slope. Something's wrong there. Okay. So use some critical thinking skills, and then you can analyze it from there, because that line better be going down, right? Okay, now can we answer the question, which one is the y-intercept? Where did it cross the y-axis?
0.
0. Okay, 0, 0. Awesome, awesome. Questions on that one? I don't think you often do it that way, but I think sometimes that's a smarter way of doing it. It saves you time, right? There's just no reason to distribute there. Okay, now let's try 3. Y equals negative 4. Should be an easy answer, right? Okay, but I'm gonna go through this because I'm guessing about 50% of you are gonna do this wrong. So I'm just gonna make a quick XY table, real quick. Give me 3 numbers. 0, 2, 4. Okay? What are the y values for all of those? Negative 4. Okay? If I plot those, 0, negative 4, 2, negative 4, 4, negative 4. What kind of line is that? Horizontal. I'm guessing about half of you were thinking that one was vertical. I have done this a couple times, I promise. Make yourself an XY table if you are not sure. Okay, a Y is always going to be a horizontal, and X is always going to be a vertical. But for some reason, we always flip-flop them, right? And that's fine. Just help yourself out. What's the slope of every horizontal line? 0. And my y-intercept was? Negative 4. If I make myself a little note, all vertical lines then are an x equals. What's the slope of every vertical line? Undefined, good. And then an undefined slope. Likely, does a vertical line have a y-intercept? No, unless it's actually right here, right? So then, most likely no y-intercept. Oh, I already have number 4 as an x equals. Alright, so this is an undefined slope. I forgot to put this one in here. And then there'll be none of these. And then this will be a vertical line of 2. But again, if you're not sure, make yourself an XY table. If you use our 0, 2, 4, and it goes this way, right? And then you're going to get yourself a vertical line. Okay, so far so good? Lines are fine? We've got lines. Okay. How about then write the equation of line with a slope of negative 2/7 that passes through 0, negative 12. What is 0, negative 12? What's special with it? This is your y-intercept. If it's 0 something, it's going to be your y-intercept. Okay, who can give me the equation all together, you think? Go ahead.
Y equals negative 2/7 x minus 12.
Awesome. Could you have plus a negative 12? Absolutely. Okay, number 2, find the equation of the line that passes through negative 3, 6 and has the same slope as y equals 4/5 x minus 2. Do we know the y-intercept? Can we go straight to slope-intercept form? So where should we start? Straight slope form. So we're going to say y minus 6 equals 4/5, good, x plus 3, nice. Okay, so the 4/5 was my same slope as here, x minus the negative 3 gave me my x plus 3. Okay, so then let's distribute, right? Y minus 6 equals 4/5 x plus 12/5. Then I'm gonna add 6. Y equals 4/5 x plus 72/5. Did I do that right? Or 8 2/5. Is that what you were thinking, Trina? Okay, or 8 2/5 if you want it. Either one is fine. Oh, is that right? I feel like that looks weird.
I want to think none.
Oh, wait. 4 times 6. 72 plus 12. 84/5. That looks better. I was like, that's not right. I did it wrong. Yeah. Okay. Is that better?
So is there only 16.8?
That'll be the decimal. I just like fractions. It's just stuffing me. But yes, that is totally fine as well. Is that better? Okay. Why don't you try 3 and 4? How says y equals negative 4x minus 18 for number 3, look. Okay? Now again, you could have used, right, a different one here, but you should have still gotten the negative 4x minus 14. What about number 4? When I set up my slope here, I get 12 minus 8 over negative 2 minus negative 2. What does that give me?
Undefined.
4 over 0, yep, which is undefined. What kind of,
X equals.
and x equals, right? So an undefined slope is a vertical line. A vertical line is in the form x equals some number. Well, what happens to be that number?
0.
So it's got to go through these 2 points, right? Okay, let me give you my visual.
Negative 2.
Negative 2, 8, and 12.
Oh, negative 2.
X equals negative 2. Okay, so let me walk you through that one again. If I find the slope, I can't divide by 0, which means my slope is undefined. It's an undefined slope, it's got to be a vertical line. If it's a vertical line, I know it's an x equals. If it goes through these 2 ordered pairs, and it's also negative 2, 8 and negative 2, 12, that'll give me x equals negative 2. Now, we rewind our thought process, and if I look at these 2 ordered pairs, logically, when you first started, did you think it was weird that both of the x's were negative 2? Maybe looking back, you go, oh yeah, that's kind of weird. Is there any other way to connect 2 points that it has an x equals negative 2 than a vertical line? No. Okay, so then you could have gone straight to x equals negative 2 if you made that connection. Okay? If the 0 was on top here, can you do 0 divided by a number? Yeah, so then that would make this a y equals, and it would have been a horizontal line. Okay? Questions? Not a bad start today? Okay, very good. Good.